Today on the news, Justice Obuzo urges newly sworn-in members of Rivers State Customary Court to shun radicalism, bribery, corruption. Federal Executive Council gives nod to 2024 budget of 27.50 trillion naira. Plus, federal government approves 3.2 billion naira for procurement of scanners for 5 Nigerian airports. Good afternoon. My name is Ebere Ainda. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peers? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online, and you can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now the news in full. Rivers State Governor Sars Minalaye Fubara says it is a thing of great joy to be in the presence of the Almighty God at all times. Governor Fubara stated this during the 2023 Mothers Union Conference at St. Paul's Church, Opobo Akchekeri, Opobo local government area of Rivers State. Obiandomadume completes the story.
Represented by his deputy Professor Ngozi Odu, Governor Fubara urged Christian mothers to be a shining light in their home churches and others in the community, reminding them that the word of God mandates them to shine to the glory and manifestation of his word. The governor, who described the theme for this year's conference, "Behold, I give you power," as apt, stressed that when you have the power of God, you have a renewed hope and faith to surmount challenges ahead. The state chief executive implored them to pray for God's divine wisdom, adding that wisdom is profitable to direct aright.
The word of God says we should so shine that when you see us, they will glorify God. And I believe that today we shall so shine in whatever we do, in whatever we say, and however we carry ourselves to the glory of God. And in addition, I pray for God's divine wisdom, because with wisdom, even when there are challenges, we can overcome.
In his sermon, the guest preacher and women chaplain, U.S. Azeri, said that Jesus Christ gave the disciples power against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sicknesses and diseases, stressing that that same power is still available to fight against those who fight them. Bishop, Niger Delta Diocese, Right Reverend Emmanuel Okojaja, who was the chief host, had earlier welcomed the state chief executive and other guests to the conference. Highlight of the occasion was Thanksgiving, as well as the launching of the Diocesan Women Project. Obiandomadume, Rstv News.
4 newly appointed chairmen and 21 members of the Rivers State Customary Court have been sworn in. President, Rivers State Customary Court of Appeal, Justice Ihim Nacho Obuzo, performed the ceremony. Namdi Olimne reports the story.
Justice Obuzo, who congratulated the appointees on their successful swearing-in, said they were chosen by God and should see their assignment as unique and divine and not a political appointment. He advised them to work with the fear of God, shun radicalism, bribery and corruption, and always be prayerful to enable them deliver judgment that is just and fair to all. According to him, they should avoid unnecessary socialization like parties, drinking joints, and hotels, and be ready to lose some friends and relations in the course of their duties. Justice Obuzo also told them to make the Code of Conduct for Judicial Officers and the 5th Schedule of the Nigerian Constitution their companion at all times and ensure they do not compromise their position. He said they should also consider themselves lucky as over 300 persons apply for the job and urge them to put in their best, assuring them that they have the prospect of being promoted to the highest office in the profession.
You are sworn to a judicial oath. I hope you read it very well. An oath is an oath. You have tied yourself until you retire. About 80% of our people live in the rural areas and they do their transaction by the customary law. So you must ensure that you serve them.
Some of the newly appointed chairmen and members expressed appreciation to the Rivers State Customary Court for finding them worthy of the appointment and assured that they will do exactly as charged.
We'll ensure that the parties' interest in the matter is in accordance with the justice of the matter and not by personal interest.
I've always been interested in the dispensation of justice when it comes to dispute settlement. So I feel so overwhelmed having been given this privilege, and I know it's something I'm going to function effectively.
The call is a very challenging one, but the truth is that one has to be very focused to ensure that you carry out your activities diligently.
Administration of oath of office and allegiance on the appointees was the high point of the ceremony. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
As part of events to mark the 2023 International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Girls and Women, the Rotary Club of Port Harcourt, GRA, organized self-defense training for female students in Port Harcourt. The beneficiaries of the martial arts training exercise were drawn from Holy Rosary and Federal Government College, Abuloma. Nnamdi Olimini now reports.
The President Rotary Club of Port Harcourt, JRA, Jean Ochen, said the essence of the program is to equip the girls with the necessary skills to defend themselves against societal violence, including rape and kidnapping. She said the skills acquired by the girls would give them the needed confidence to protect themselves and call for help when they get into danger, warning that the purpose is not to fight, but for self-defense. According to her, the training program would be an annual event where as many girls as possible will be trained, and they are expected to train others, noting that it is the best way to eliminate violence against girls and women in the society.
The essence of this self-defense is just for you to be able to defend yourself against rape. We have so many incidents where you have close relations, uncles, that your parents would entrust you into their arms and they go about violating you. But if you have survival skills as instincts in you already taught, you would know how to say no, first of all. And then when it comes to being forceful, you will know how to defend. The defense is for you to defend and run and call for help.
The River State representative women in Rotary, District 9141, Rotarian Veronique Tabai, and the Vice Principal, Holy Rosary College, Ruth Osazwa, commended Rotary Club of Port Harcourt for training over 30 girls in martial arts every year as a response to the incessant cases of violence against girls and women. They said empowering the girls with fighting skills will make them to detect danger and make positive and informed decisions in their lives and make them safe and strong at all times, and called on women groups to support girls to compete with their male counterparts.
We know as an organization that when you empower girls, you empower women, and that gives them the opportunity to make positive choices in their lives. And once they're able to make positive choices in their lives, they will grow up to be safe and strong women.
If a girl cannot defend herself, she's very vulnerable. So with this little training, at least to be able to defend yourself and run, not to fight. That is actually what they did it for.
Trainer and representative of Zen Budo Karate, Amakri Oruambo, said the training of the girls starts with the self-awareness to detect danger around them and express hope that the training would go a long way in solving the problem of violence against girls and women. Some of the beneficiaries described the training exercise as an eye-opener and that they will not only make good use of skills acquired, but will also pass it to others.
Some parents, when it comes to their minds that they want to teach their students martial arts, defense that comes to their mind is violence. But martial arts, self-defense is actually different from fighting and violence. It helps girls especially to defend themselves on the street.
The training is expected to continue next year with participants drawn from other schools in the state. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Nigerian Union of Journalists, River State Television Chapel, has congratulated one of their members, Lillian Okonkwo, on her re-election for second term as the Deputy National President of Nigeria Association of Women Journalists at the 2023 Triennial Delegates Conference held in Abuja. A statement by the acting chairman of the union, Dr. Lillian Okonkwo Justice Ihuwa, said her re-election is an indication of the endorsement of her leadership style by Norwegians and commend the women journalists for the confidence imposed on her. He said the union is not in doubt of her commitment and contributions towards lifting the association to greater heights, especially with her wealth of experience as one-time state secretary and former chairperson of Norwich River State Chapter. The statement prayed God to grant her the wisdom and enablement to work with the Central Working Committee of the association to advance its noble cause. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News via our social media handle and Twitter at Rstv22PH Online and YouTube at Rstv Online and our Facebook at Rstv Channel 22. And now shortly after the break, Togo set stage for election in 2024 amid opposition challenges. Details of this and more will come your way shortly. Stay with us.
Government special announcement. This is to inform all young River State indigenes who are interested in joining the Nigerian Air Force that opportunities are open to join the year 2023 recruitment exercise for trades and non-tradesmen and women. Interested candidates are encouraged to apply at www.nafrecruitment.airforce.mil.ng. Application closes 11th December 2023. Furthermore, all local government chairmen and other stakeholders in the state are please requested to sensitize and mobilize their constituents and direct their LGA representatives to assist interested applicants in the form filling processes. Application age gap is 18 to 22 years for non-tradesmen and tradeswomen, and tradesmen and tradeswomen must not be more than 25 years. This application is free of charges. This is signed by Juliana Mazi, Head Press Unit for Secretary to the State Government.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back and thanks for staying with us. The Federal Executive Council (FEC) has approved the 2024 appropriation bill of 27.50 trillion naira with a 1.5 trillion naira increase from the earlier estimated bill. The government had proposed 26.2 trillion naira but reviewed the medium-term expenditure framework after it was recently approved by the National Assembly. Minister of Budget and National Planning Atiku Bagudu, who announced this at the end of the FEC meeting chaired by President Bola Tinubu in Abuja, said the new proposal was legitimate, noting that the appropriation was dependent on the final process that could be changed due to many variables, including new priorities and MDA presentations. Bagudu said the MTEF that was approved by the National Assembly puts the exchange rate at 700 naira per dollar and an oil price benchmark of $73.96. He added that FEC revised the MTEF to use an exchange rate of 750 naira to a dollar and oil price benchmark of 77.96 naira in order to further fund the 8 priority areas of the administration. According to him, the president would give more breakdown of the budget during its presentation to the National Assembly, stressing that the presentation date would be decided by the National Assembly. The minister said the 2024 forecast revenue would now be 18.32 trillion naira higher than the 2023 budget and the supplementary budget's provisions. Similarly, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, said that the federal government has secured funds from the African Development Bank for budget support. Edu said the $1 billion fund would aid the effective implementation of the government's reform policies as well as ensure transparency and accountability in the various tax reforms. He added that it would be used in areas such as power and ensuring the efficient utilization of tax revenues, adding that it was not for project funding. The minister said President Bola Tinubu will present the 2024 budget to the joint section of the National Assembly on Wednesday. The Federal Executive Council (FEC) has approved the sum of 3.2 billion naira to procure modern scanners for 5 international airports in the country. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Festus Keyamo said this while briefing newsmen in Abuja. The airports are the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Port Harcourt International Airport, Aminu Kano International Airport, and the Enugu International Airport. Keyamo also said FEC ratified Nigeria's bilateral air service agreement with the Republic of Guyana that was signed in 2014. He said with the ratification, Guyana can now have direct flights to Nigeria. Nigeria and ECOWAS have sent a delegation to Freetown following a security breach that occurred in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone President Julius Bio made this known in a post on X where he described the delegation as high-powered. Bio said the delegation conveyed a message of solidarity from the chairman of the ECOWAS Committee of Heads of State and Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu, as well as that of other ECOWAS heads of state and government. He noted that the delegation reiterated the sub-regional bloc's commitment towards preserving democracy and good governance across the sub-region, while assuring of their readiness to work with his government towards forestalling any future security occurrences. Bio assured that his government will continue to work towards preserving and promoting the priceless peace that Sierra Leone has enjoyed as a country since the end of its decade-long civil war 21 years ago. The security breach in Sierra Leone is occurring during a period of political uncertainty in many West and Central African countries with the resurgence of military coups. And now the Togolese government, led by President Faure Gnassingbé, has announced its plans to hold legislative and regional elections no later than the end of the first quarter of 2024. This decision comes after the president's commitment outlined in his New Year's address for 2022 that elections will take place in December 2023. Minister of Communication and Government spokesperson Yawa Kuigan emphasized the president's directive, stating the President of the Republic has instructed the government to take all necessary measures to organize the upcoming elections. The position, which has been critical of the ruling Union for the Republic Party, has already mobilized its supporters during the recent election census. The census, conducted from April 29 to June 14, drew significant public participation, particularly at voter card distribution centers. Reports say despite opposition claims contesting the electoral register's integrity, the International Organization of La Francophone validated the final electoral register in mid-November with over 4.2 million registered voters. Now, a truce between Israel and Hamas has extended today with the release of other Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners planned. The agreement, mediated by Qatar, Egypt, and the United States, so far has enabled the release of 50 hostages held by Hamas in the Gaza Strip and 150 Palestinians imprisoned in Israel. Some 19 other hostages, mostly foreign workers, were freed by the Palestinian militants, though this came outside the deal. The truce, due to expire today, was extended for Thursday. This should allow for the release of around 20 hostages and 60 additional prisoners, alongside further aid deliveries into Gaza, where the humanitarian situation remains catastrophic. Spokesperson for the Foreign Ministry of Qatar, Majed bin Mohammed Al Ansari, said the extension was agreed under the same conditions as one hostage for 3 prisoners. Reports say Israel's government received a list of 10 hostages due to be released without revealing their names. And now from the entertainment desk, famous Nigerian actor Amechi Munago battling kidney disease. Elizabeth Benjamin has more on this and other stories. Take a listen.
The Amaechi's cousin, Honorable Tony Munago, posted a picture of him sitting next to the actor, who was on a hospital bed, stating that he wants the public to know what is really going on. The actor is currently down with kidney disease, diabetes and stroke. He had been managing his diabetes over the years and living his life. He is presently undergoing treatment at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital, Nnewi. Tony urged Good Samaritans to assist him, stressing that the full treatment and recovery require sustained funding or donations. Miley Cyrus celebrated her 31st birthday with an intimate performance of flowers for family and friends at the Chatham Marmont in Los Angeles. Standing in front of small invite-only crowd at famed Chatham Marmont Hotel, Miley performed her smash hit Flowers for the first time live. Popular rapper and lawyer Folarin Falana, aka Falz the Bad Guy, has released his mom's elevation to the rank of a senior advocate of Nigeria. Sen, his mother, Fumi Falana, was among the 58 lawyers decorated as senior advocates of Nigeria on Monday. Falz dad Femi Falana is also a renowned son. Elizabeth Benjamin, Rstv Entertainment News.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. And now in sports. Former South African national team coach Pitso Mosimane has not ruled out the possibility of coaching the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the future. He said this at a press conference recently in South Africa. Sports correspondent Supriya Jaja has more.
Pitso Mosimane recently resigned as head coach of United Arab Emirates coach Al Wahadi on mutual consent. 59 years old former Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa and Al Ahly of Egypt manager says he could be interested in managing the Super Eagles of Nigeria if the opportunity arises. Mosimane, speaking to South African journalists in Johannesburg, says he would like to go to the World Cup with an African side.
There are interests now and probably different space that you and me could ever think of. And Asia meaning not the Gulf. Asia being Asia, meaning East. So there have been interest a little bit or talk. And there have been an interesting one also from North America, you know. So and why not? Why not go to North America? Why not go east? East, I mean Japan, China.
He says Nigeria with Samuel Chukwueze and Victor Osimhen are an unbelievable side, and says he watched Super Eagles play against Lesotho and Zimbabwe in the African World Cup qualifiers. However, the hierarchy of the Nigerian Football Federation is yet to contact the South African. The Super Eagles team is currently being managed by Venezuelan manager Jose Pacero. He still has a 2-year running contract with the Nigerian Football Federation. The Super Eagles is currently placed third in its World Cup group behind South Africa and Rwanda, a position that many football fans are unhappy with. Supriya Jaja, Rstv Sports.
And that sports story wraps up our bulletin for today. If you love and care about Rivers State and her peace, let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch our Rstv News on our social media handle and Twitter at rstv22ph online, YouTube at rstv online, and Facebook at rstv channel 22. My name is Ebere Inda. Many thanks for joining us on the news today. Good afternoon.